will duplicate that hour and make it better. That's the pressure on my team, and I feel like we have that. Pressure on the Lakers right now. Why? Because they're playing as good as basketball as anyone in the league. It's our game of the night against the Rockets. Second time they've played Houston this week. They beat them Monday, 100-92. And it was kind of a fountain of youth game, Danny Green, for LeBron.
Yeah, I think he had like 6 dunks, 4 in the first half, but just going way upstairs to the attic to catch that one, bring it way back.
Lakers up 9. 9 minutes left in the half. Lakers up 43-32.
Take off.
I mean, insane. 18 points, 8 of 8 from the field in the first half. Tied for the most field goals without a miss and a half in his career. Fast forward now, third quarter. KD and the Rockets. You know they've got it in them. Here he slashes down the middle. Rockets take a 1-point lead. Under 5 to go in the third. Durant again. Foul. Rockets up 4 after the made free throw. Just over 7 minutes to go. Rockets trail by 2. KD was huge down the stretch, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, he figured out that double team somewhat, tried to attack quickly, saw Ayton one-on-one, got the 3-ball off with a lot of time.
But again, keying this game and really the 7-game win streak, Doncic and LeBron. He takes a huge hit there. He'd be okay, gets up, hits the free throw to tie the game. But don't think there's anything to worry about with LeBron on that play. But at the end of the day, Rockets down 2. Durant, they tie it at 107.
Yeah, but then after this, it was all Luka. Luka had his magic going. He was picking apart the defense one-on-one, picking apart the double teams. He goes to step back.
This was crazy.
Mike Green on the call yelling. If this was the playoffs, it would have been a double bang situation when he had that clutch 3 at the end.
All it takes is a little bit of belief from these two with a little added help, and Luka would hit the dagger shortly after. Take a listen.
James back to Doncic on the drive. Pulls back, 3-pointer. Bang! Luka Doncic nails the 3. Timeout Rockets. Luka Magic is alive.
Mike Green on the call. 40 points, 10 assists for Doncic. Lakers win their 7th in a row, 124-116. Luka averaging over 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per game with 3 40-point games during this 7-game streak. I mean, he has found it. He is having fun. Meanwhile, LeBron put up one of his most efficient games of his career last night, scoring 30 points on 90% shooting, or 13 of 14 from the field. His first Laker 30-point on 90% shooting game in the Lakers uniform since Shaq in 2003. So when you break this all down, Shams, what was your biggest takeaway for the performance we saw last night?
To me, that there's no better time to be peaking if you're LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. And for the Lakers, the hierarchy and finding the cohesion around these three, that's been the biggest key for them all season. There have been ebbs and flows with all that, but to me, the 1 week that LeBron missed, March 5th to March 12th, allowed him to sit back and observe this team. And coaches saw a renewed LeBron James when he got back to that group, because he got to see how Luka and Reeves are meshing. And then from there, come in and be himself. And that means playing whatever role. If it takes him diving head first, he'll do that. If it's cutting, slashing, playing in the dunker spot, or like last night, 13 of 14 from the field, stuff that we've never seen him do before. He's doing at the age of 41, year 23. He has the self-awareness of any player that you would need under these circumstances. And he's able to do anything he still wants to put his mind to.
Look, we're not naive to the conversation. We know this is getting a lot because it's a 7-game winning streak, but also because it's the Lakers, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic. So it packages itself for a good talking point for everyone. But there's got to be a separate conversation with it. Is it just a good story and for us to debate, or are they legitimate contenders out west?
As of right now, it's a good story.
Yeah.
To beat OKC and the San Antonio Spurs, they need a lot more defense. They are trending in a really good direction defensively. They're active. They're throwing traps out. And, Bron looks youthful. Luka's scoring at a high clip, shooting from 3 even better. But those other 2 teams are juggernauts, and they're just head and shoulders above everybody. And that's no slight to the Lakers because they've been playing great. But those 2 teams are so good, it's hard for anybody to catch them.
So, and we talk about it all the time. It's like, again, LeBron, Luka, easy. But they need more than just LeBron and Luka to go on a playoff run. Who might that be?
I mean, it's going to take a combination of Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura. Those other guys are going to be X factors for them. Obviously, we want to see Austin Reeves continue his scoring in the playoffs because he's still a young player, hasn't shown that in the past. So if he can score and they can outscore teams, it'll give them help. But they need those guys to give defensive effort and then offensively knock down shots. And Marcus Smart can be a pick and pop guy. Rui Hachimura knock down corner threes. they'll have a real shot then if those things come to life.
Have they constructed a roster, do you think, good enough? Like we're talking about, if those guys are off, LeBron or Luka, there's enough players to step up to carry them in the postseason?
The Lakers were fortunate that Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton fell in their laps in the buyout market in the offseason. Otherwise, they really didn't have many methods to get this team better. But we have to give Marcus Smart a lot of credit. He's looked like Boston Marcus Smart the last couple months of this season, like the energy that he's played with. He's a veteran leader. And, internally they view him as like the DeAndre Ayton whisperer, the guy that can really get to him and be a good voice with him and really get on him. And DeAndre Ayton is a player that they've seen come on the last week or so. DeAndre Ayton, when he plays the role that they obviously want him to play, we've seen a lot of success from him as a lob threat. But it starts with them finding their hierarchy. And then as role players, like Danny Green's 2020 team was full of guys, Kyle Kuzma, Danny, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So let's see if maybe this group can find that type of surge.
And right now they're sitting the 3 seed out west. Of course, Oklahoma City's up at the top. Then you got a young San Antonio Spurs team that's also peaking at the right time. Any other year, maybe we're having a different conversation with the Lakers. And who knows, maybe they surprise all of us. But those two teams ahead of them, you could argue if you put San Antonio out east, you could see both of those teams.
Yeah.
So maybe just a victim of circumstance for the Lakers this year.
Yeah, it is. The West is deeper. The West is tougher. And the only thing that they have the experience. So they have that on their side. And you never know in the playoffs what's going to happen. That's why sports is fun. It's so unpredictable. If they are the healthier team, they have a shot. Those other teams are just very deep defensively, and they're juggernaut and rebounding. So like if DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes and other guys can help do that, because we got the three-headed monster that can score, they'll give themselves a shot.
By the way, that 41-year-old, if he finds it during the stretch of the postseason, I mean, all bets are off with this team, especially with Luka in his prime. Certainly has been better this year than we saw him last year with the Lakers. Gentlemen, much more with you coming up. Let's go to college basketball now. The first four: Miami, Ohio, J. Crew U, Oxford. Home game for them, taking on SMU. Miami grabs the own miss and coach better than anybody.
They spaced the floor, knocked down the three. They made 16 threes in this game and only 4 turnovers.
16 minutes to go in the second half. Brent Byers there from 3. I mean, they were just knocking him down, as coach said. Here we go, second half. Boopy Miller with a pass to Sam Walters for 3. Here comes SMU.
Walters knocks down that big-time 3. Boopy Miller's a dynamic guard, usually a big-time closer.
Later, Walters to Washington. What a finish there. And you look, SMU, one of the best scoring teams in the ACC, but the ball movement last night.
The ball had energy. You're talking about Miami, Ohio. They invert their offense. It seems they bring their bigs outside, extra pass, get a paint touch, kick it out, open 3, step in, bam.
What do you believe they came into this game with SMU having to prove last night?
I don't think they had to prove anything. 31 wins. They earned their way into the NCAA tournament. Yeah, they didn't win the conference tournament, but this is a very good basketball team. If they can impose their identity on the game, which they did, they can win, knock down threes, take care of the basketball.
7.5-point dog winning outright by 10. That's a statement right there.
And that was my point, because a lot of people coming in are, I mean, no disrespect, but like they probably didn't watch a lot of MAC basketball this year, so they're thinking, who's this team? I think they showed everyone last night who's got that tournament itch to watch a little college basketball that this team, now that they're in the bracket.
And everyone wants to say, well, is this Cinderella? I don't know if it's Cinderella. They're just a really good offensive basketball team that if they can impose their identity on the game, spread your bigs out, make them guard on the perimeter, and then get those paint touches, what does it open up? It opens up threes. They've got great energy. The ball has energy. The ball doesn't get stuck. These are step-in threes by Skaljak. He's their point guard, a little lefty who's made big plays. But they have shot makers and floor gamers all over the floor. What does it mean by that? Guys who can get in the paint, make a pitch, make one more pass, knock down a 3. They share the basketball. Incredible spacing. Huge win for the MAC. And huge win for Miami, Ohio. That other MAC team's pretty good, too. Akron.
Akron's getting a lot of buzz as well. What's Vegas looking at now with Miami, Ohio in the bracket?
They're an 11.5-point dog to Tennessee. But keep in mind, I believe it's 14 years we've had this play in. 12 of those years, there's been at least one winner who's gotten in and made a little bit of a run. Not saying it's Miami of Ohio, but there are some teams out there worth keeping an eye on.
I know a lot of people ID'd Texas as that team in a play-in that could go on a little bit of a run. They've got BYU. Let's talk about now some of the best freshmen of the country. 5 of them actually take the court today. Look at this roster of freshmen. We were talking about it before the show. This might be some of the best freshman basketball we've seen in a long time. They all played today. They're all ranked in the top 10 in ESPN's latest mock draft. So, Joe, which freshman is most likely, I hate to say upset, but because they're so good, but which freshman is most likely to be on that end?
To be clear, we're not going to put it on the freshman as a result.
Correct.
But through deductive reasoning, it's probably A.J. Debonsa and BYU, given that they're going to have the toughest matchup against a team like Texas. BYU, for as